I'm going to get to the section of video quality and how much it affects with the same resolution 720p projectors and why you should be considering even 720p good projectors still in 2024. Welcome to Home Cinema and Tech Review. In this video, I'd like to talk about what I think is an important topic of how much resolution you really need. In actual reality, I think everybody's focused on the resolution and the brightness, but there are other values that I mentioned in early of my videos. So I'm going to play from Xbox Series X. This is a 4K video, and it's playing through this screen from a 720p budget projector that I reviewed early in the channel, Viewsonic 503W. I think this is a quite powerful projector. Right now it's in the super echo mode and you see the ambient light. Camera is tuned to auto, I know, but our eye is also tuned to auto. I will also adjust to show you the picture quality and explain why I create this content. So stay tuned if you wonder about projectors and why, buy what kind of projector you might be needing, and you might be overthinking on a spec and maybe over budgeting yourself, like I have to buy it kind of like ideas. I might change your opinions on that. So right now the room lights are closed and this is still echo mode, and I'm going to put from echo to dynamic where this really actually shows itself. So basically this content is HDR and this projector is not an HDR projector. This is a budget projector, but you can clearly see this is a good image. And this is, by the way, 135-inch image. I didn't open the TV, but as you can see, this is a 65-inch QNED TV from LG, and I haven't reviewed it yet, but I showed it compared to the Ultra Short Throw that I got here. So basically, do you really need something much more than that? And how much do we really need on the resolution? Well, it depends. There are different aspects of the visual, like contrast, sharpness, image uniformity, zoom you might be needing for the placement, and then HDR, SDR, toning, and tunability of customizability of the picture quality. Like if you have my early videos like my Epson TW7000, it was a HDR 4K projector, and I could have tuned everything from, even with the SDR footage, I can tone it however I like. So this projector doesn't have tons of features. So basically you got a couple of modes and you can change the tones, you can push them around, but this is not a HDR projector. So the footage is not ideal, but I'm just showing you. I will also fix the camera setup in the upcoming section of this video, so stay tuned. I will go back and show you something different and different game. Okay, I will try to give it a 4K signal. Right now I'm giving 4K signal, and in this video again I will show you 4K signal versus other resolutions with the same projector, so you can have a clear idea how much of a difference does it make when you give it a good sharp image. Again, I'm checking what I am giving to this device. I am giving 4K video. This is Ghost of Tsushima, a game that I loved when I had the PS4. Right now I have Xbox Series X, and as you can see, this is a 4K footage and it looks good, but in a certain level. Let me tell you why. I'm going to talk why video at the background. This is a remaster, I guess, good footage. Maybe we can play it at the background while I talk about it. Okay, I'm opening. I hope it's a long video, 10 minutes. It might be enough for me. So let's start. The resolution, it's going to be pixels, and we all know that. And we are focusing on the 4K, 180p, and maybe like HDR and stuff. But basically, do we really need it? This is the question. The amount of need comes from the smartphones. Smartphones are increasing on the resolution side. I have a S22 Ultra. It is nearly 4K resolution in a palm of my hand. But the difference is, I am looking at it from 40 centimeters to 50 centimeters away up top with my arm 70 centimeters maybe. So this is the distance that I got. For your regular TV size, as you can see here, you're going to probably looking at 3 to 4 meters. But you don't have to watch this size of an image from a same distance. When you do the same distance watching, of course, you can count the pixels, or if you're so picky and focused on the pixels itself. But basically, if you go a little bit further, you might not need it. Let me give you just an example. A lot of the cinemas, proper cinemas that you go watch from Barco projectors, at least maybe last 2 or 3 years, they might have been upgraded their projectors, but basically they were giving 2K resolutions up top. So you don't realize, do you? It's a huge screen because there is a big distance between you and the screen. That's the cost of it. Like, how are you going to put your nose on a screen? How often do you put your nose onto the TV? So most of the time when you focus on the resolution spec-wise, you don't focus on the distance too much. If you sit in the right distance for the screen that you create, the size that you create, of course, our eyes has got used to like TV resolution, like 65 to 75 for 4K resolution, maybe even 8K these days, and also up to 4K resolution from the smartphones that we have. So currently, you can do that. Yes, you really, by the way, I'm trying to open up my phone and I'm going to open up some ambient lights. So you can really focus on resolution. I get that, it's normal, so it's nothing abnormal. I'm not saying you shouldn't be buying 4K. But before going to the resolution, you might be thinking about other aspects like contrast and overall brightness and overall picture size that you want to achieve and how much distance that you're going to create. I'm going to show you with examples as much as I can. For my stand of perspective, this is a 135-inch image. And if I close the ambient lights, where I sit is about 4.2 to 4.5 meters, which is a little close for this size. But I got used to it. So I can push the couch a little back, like 4.5 and a little bit far away. So I can sit 4.5, 4.7. But if I sit on the edge of the room, I can sit around 6.2 meters. If I sit there, this screen will look great. From the distance, you can't tell if it's a 720p or Full HD. Of course, I can tell. When I mean you can't tell if you don't focus too much of the pixelization, like pixel peeping, you won't be seeing it. Take a consideration again. Most of the cinemas are using 2K, not even 4K. But the screen size is huge. I know the optics are good, contrast is good, they might be using Barcos or expensive laser projectors, but still, they might have great contrast. Those are the facts. And the room is pitch black, walls are dark. It's a cinema, it's a proper cinema. They spend a lot of money. Okay, we can understand that. But when you try to create home cinema setup, how much resolution do you need? And in the second section, I hope I've explained enough. You don't really need extreme resolution. 720p could be enough depending on your distance. And up top Full HD is still good resolution. So a lot of the people also skipping the part of, I'm going to create another video, why the Full HD but high brightness and dynamic range supported projectors are still expensive than 4K DLP less contrasted projectors. There's a big reason for that, because not everything is resolution. When you look at the picture, if you see 300,000 to 1 contrast ratio, or with a Full HD, or 10,000 or 20,000 to 1 contrast ratio with a 4K, of course it depends all to your reference. How much resolution do you want to see? Like if you're playing games and if you're picky, and if you want to see every pixel that you paid for from Xbox Series X, if you want to go 4K, that might be the reason. Like these pixels might be a matter to you. Let me just check again. As you can see, this is a 4K video. Again, let's just checking, making sure that it is 4K. Yes, it is 4K. So this is going to be the game probably if you play it from your Xbox. Okay, there will be some jittering around the pixels if you give too much of a resolution to a device with a low resolution like the 720p. And if you come up close, I will show you all details. There will be pixelizations around the edges, like jagged edges. It's like, let's just say, games before FSAA. Because without FSAA or edge correcting, you might know if you're a gamer, the edges will be like choppy. So that might be a happening issue for 720p, and if you play, and if your eyes are, get used to the TV level of pixel density, okay, don't go below the full HD. And if you can buy, go 4K. But think again, if you're going to create a home cinema, again to your budget, and of course, the brightness of your projector. The second thing that you're missing, before getting to the details of lower resolution and different video quality sampling, because it is an important topic. I shot a video, short video about it, and people loved it so much. I'm going to repeat it again, hopefully, in a minute. People are missing out one more thing. This is a 135-inch image, okay? And it's very big compared to me and compared to 65-inch TV. This is 4.3 times bigger than 65-inch TV. 120-inch, 4 times bigger than 65-inch TV. So this is 4.5 times maybe bigger than 65-inch TV. This is a huge screen considering home sizes. But the issue is, if you want to go big, you need brightness. One thing that a lot of newbies on the projectors are missing, yes, LED projectors are getting cheaper, around $200 to $300. You can buy very good stuff at Full HD level. But when you want to create a big picture, you need brightness. That's a whole another topic. I will probably create another tutorial, but 720p bright projector, let's just say 3000, 4000 level and lumen level bright projector might give you a better picture when you expand your picture size around 120, 150, because that brightness will increase your overall picture quality. But if you don't have this much of a brightness, you're going to end up like less contrast, less brightness as far as you go. Okay, these budget bulb projectors might not have the best contrast like the laser and LED projectors, new generation projectors, but when you want to expand the picture, you're going to lose the light along the way, and I will create another video, maybe compare a couple of projectors to make you understand this topic more clearly. So without further ado, I'm going to get to the section of video quality and how much it affects with the same resolution 720p projectors, and why you should be considering even 720p good projectors still in 2024. Let's take a good close look. Welcome to the second section of this video. On the right, I just wanted to show you how I play the video right now. This is a 4K footage, and the pixelization is obvious from up close. This is a 720p projector. That's normal. And I talked about it early in the video. The one thing can be easily seeable if you go below the resolutions of Full HD and if you get up close or if your eyes are careful from far away. The texts are based like thin lines, so they tend to give up easily for the details, and you can't really understand when you see the text and around the halo effect, the quality of the projector and also the resolution. If I project the same thing with the 4K, you wouldn't be seeing this much of a pixelization around it. You would be seeing it like a TV for this size. For basically, if bigger you go, better the more resolution is, of course. But I'm going to talk about the video, because when you play the video playback doesn't act like the text or games jagged edges. Video playback is something different, and most of you probably create this as a general use scenario. And I will also open up a game up close, Tomb Raider, for you to get a clear image. First start point is 4K, and I'm going to play the video. This is an Unreal Engine demo. This was a demo. And the image will get closer. Try to focus on the face of her, and I will reduce the resolution along the way. When I am up close, this is not maybe the best example, but take a look at the face and the details, because this scene is, I guess, really shows it. So I'm going to stop. This is the 4K footage we have, and I'm going to play the same part with Full HD, okay? I'm going to go back. You can stop and go back. Again, we probably lost half of it. Even this is a 720p projector. Take a look at her face again. It will stop. Its contrast will be similar, but the details in the edge of the palm and the face, I will stop it here. It got soft extremely. I will again try to convert it to 4K, again the same scene, and take a look at the picture quality again. Okay, we're going to wait a while. It's going to load. Even though this is an Xbox Series X, it takes time. And also from the net, I will go back and forward. Look how much detail that we have on the surface, like this part of the skin and the lips and stuff. So basically what you're getting is giving the best signal will give you, I don't want to open up the Hellblade, let's open up the Unreal Engine Epic Games again. Reason that I'm going games too much, okay, these two guys are talking and they are faces, right? They have faces. So let me just stop it here. We are right now giving how much resolution? Let's talk back. Okay, take a look back. 4K. I'm going to reduce it Full HD, which is probably a lot of you doing. And let's take a look at his face. Half the detail is gone. Let's go back a little bit. Try to take your focus to the mustache maybe, and the edge of the maybe glass. And I'm going to open up again the 4K. Huge amount of details around this area and thin lines. I know this is not a 4K projector. This is 720p, but think about it. Even the Full HD projector will act quite good on this if the projector is good. I'm not saying every projector, every small sensor projector is going to act similar. Let's go back. Go forward and go back and show you the 4K. This is the 4K footage. So 4K really gives us the details of every kind of facial hair and on the eyes, on the ears, even on the dress lines. We can clearly see how much pixel we give and what kind of effect that we got with the high resolution. So this is, I guess, Unreal Engine upgraded Cyberpunk. Let's take a look. Well, sorry about that. I'm leaning a little bit back. This is an Unreal Engine again. Reason that I try to show Unreal Engine is to give you the best picture possible. Again, I'm going to need to close the room lights because you're probably thinking, hey, why didn't you do that earlier? Because of the increase of the contrast. But again, in this stage, I want to do it. Again, the picture is looking quite good. Let me just, in this scene, try to focus on the cars. And I'm going to reduce, and the lights, LED lights below, I'm going to reduce the resolution to 180p. Are you ready? And I'm going to go back a little bit. And I'm going to stop this section. Let's take a look. Resolution is the same. Okay. So at the LEDs, even though we are closer to the cars anymore, the sharpness on the back, as you can see this logo area, I will again do it 4K to show you how much difference does it make. Let's wait a while. I know. Huge difference here, huge difference there. It's going to happen. Just wait. Just wait. Focus on these areas. It's going to come. I know it's taking time. This is a real-time explanation. I'm trying my best. I guess I need to go back a little bit. 4K footage always push the limits. And again, we're back. Huge difference at the back. Okay, dress. Just take a focus. Take your focus at the back. Huge difference there. Amount of difference is obvious. So my point is clear. I will show you again another section of Tomb Raider. Right now you can see the pixelization. Definitely Skyforce and Reloaded. Reloaded text is difficult to read because it's small. And probably this is not even readable up close. And Asphalt Legends is also similar. These are because of the texts, and you can see the clear edge on the Netflix. But let me just show you. If you play the games, you won't be realizing those effects. Let me just show you an example. This is the Forza Horizon 5. Do you think you will focus on those edges, on the texts that you see on the screen? I think not. So basically what I'm trying to tell you is, for the casual games, if you go back, you won't be realizing that. By the way, Projector does this because, let's just resume. And this is Lara Croft as usual. So we need to solve a puzzle. I am playing up close. It might not be normal for you, but as you can see, this is the image quality that we have. Of course, I'm not talking about the toning. This is not a HDR projector. I'm not talking about overall pixels, details, amount that we have, but this is... And in the end of the video, I also wanted to tell you that there's another advantage of all these things. Reducing the resolution of your console. Let me just explain. This is the Lara Croft, right? And if I go here, there will be little bit of lighter scene. If you reduce the resolution of your console, the performance of your console will increase, or at least it will give you fixed FPS value on that resolution. Let's take a look at this. If you got a PS4 and you're playing Full HD and upscaling to through your TV to a 4K, then you're pushing the limits of your console, because it's an old console now, like PS4. But if you buy a 720p projector with an old console, so you won't be having a problem too much, because you're going to reduce the resolution at 720p and you're going to project it. Of course, the ideal scenario is giving the 4K signal to the projector, like I showed you early, to get the best picture. But what if you don't have the budget? So you will have another advantage using a 720p resolution from your console to get the most performance out of it. One more advantage is for the, let's just say, new generation consoles, if you have something like Xbox Series S instead of my X. So Xbox Series S is not the most powerful game console out there, and it's kind of like lacking for the latest games at the performance level. So if you reduce the resolution to Full HD instead of a 4K or 720p, you'll get a fixed FPS value, or you won't be pushing at least you won't get a drop frame for your gameplay. So that's another advantage. So if you connect your PC to this sort of 720p projectors, same thing applies. You reduce the resolution, you can add on a little bit of FSA and clear the jagged edges, and you're good to go. So you can play casual games with a lower hardware settings much more fluently. So that's another advantage. I hope this video gave you enough information. And I'm not saying go low on the resolution. Go as high as you can if you have the budget. But if you don't have the budget, why not go for a lower resolution? All I'm trying to explain is this. So think all these things before you make a purchase about higher resolution but lower power projectors or lower quality projectors. And the resolution is not the only thing. Like I told you, contrast and overall sharpness, image equality. When you go cheap for single LED or single laser new generation projectors, they are not bright enough for big picture, in my general opinion. If you do side by side, you understand what I mean. They are closely focused on the 100-inch images for small room setups, but dedicated cinema setup, yes, you can clearly use them in a dark room because their contrast level is higher most of the time from bulb projectors. But sometimes you prefer highlights, and a little bit of less contrast can be livable for the big picture brightness levels. But it's up to you, and you can really solve these problems with ALR screens, adding a contrast. So there will be a lot more tutorials on those topics. I will explain all this if you just subscribe and let me explain and ask questions at the bottom of this video description. Let me know if you have learned anything from this video. Don't forget to subscribe and like. I'm trying to reach out to you and teach what I know on these topics, and I hope you learned from this video just like my other tutorials. Don't forget to watch other tutorials as well. Hope to see you in the next video. Bye from Home Cinema and Tech Review.